Hey there, comic book fans. Back from the comic shop again today. And pretty light week for me this week. Only 5 comics, all from my pull list. Well, one actually I pulled off the shelf. So, I also bought some more bags that I need. Since it's a light week, may as well get my extra bags that I need on a light week. I also got 6 comics from eBay. I'll show you those at the end. But let's start out with my top of the printer comics. There we go. We got Daredevil 116 and The Jam issue number 14, the Caliber Comics one. And that one is Gil Kane and Mike Esposito. I had to look that up. I didn't know. I knew it was a Gil Kane pencils, but did not know it was Esposito inks. I always found the Owl a weird villain. It was like his only power was he was an old man who could fly. I never found him very he never seemed to be very formidable, but he beat up Daredevil a few times. And this, of course, is The Jam by Bernie Muro. Though this Bernie Muro cover looks a little Mike Mignola-ish, I have to say. He's got some like Mignola shapes going on there in the clouds and things. And those tentacles might be a little Mignola-ish. An interesting sort of different cover from Bernie Muro. But those were on top of my printer all week and I looked at them. Now I'll put them away and put a couple new ones out there. Let's see what I got. Oh, we've got The Sire, Lost in Time, issue number 2. This is the writer on this and publisher is Mike Dolce, who I used to know back in the day, the early 2000s. Man, that was like 20 years ago. He's been self-publishing stuff and kickstarting stuff for years now. But this is the first time I think he's gone through Diamond. So I've been picking it up. 4-issue mini. And I guess he said in the back of last issue it's kind of a tribute to the 90s. And I can see that in it. But it's not like the excesses of the 90s. It's more like, superheroes, supervillains, that sort of thing. And the Sire is like a superhero who I think his main thing is from the first issue. He's linked up to, I don't know what person or force this is that gives him his superpowers. But when he gets notified by his suit, that I guess gives him his powers, that when someone else has powers, he has to go out and judge them and take their powers away. But he couldn't take the powers away last issue, stuff like that. And he also has a hard time keeping a secret identity because when the suit wants him to go out there and hunt down some superpowered person, it just starts appearing on his body. So he's trying to keep a secret identity while this super suit is appearing on him. So interesting stuff. I'm enjoying that one. Then we've got Ribbon Queen, issue number 6 of 8. This is the... I don't think I showed any insides of Sire. Or I showed one page. Let me just show you a little more. Just for the heck of it. And then Ribbon Queen. Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows. This one is a horror police procedural. The Ribbon Queen is, I guess, this sort of mystic force that's taking revenge on criminals who hurt women. And that's what it does to them. That's what she's called, the Ribbon Queen. Makes their flesh come off in ribbons. Doesn't matter if they're police, because the Ribbon Queen got some of the... And the Ribbon Queen uses, like, dead bodies of the recently deceased or something. I'm not sure about that, but there's something going on like that in here. Then what do we have? The Ministry of Compliance, issue number 2. I like the first issue of this. Beneath the Trees. I just saw something about that being a hot book, but I haven't seen it. And this one is sort of like a secret society that runs Earth and then things go wrong things. And I'll tell you the twist that happens sort of at the end, near the end of the last issue. So we found out these secret society behind the forces really running the Earth were aliens. So now there's stuff going on back in their alien planet that's got the people on Earth all worried and they want to leave, but they didn't have to actually I think they conquer Earth just through politics, but I'm not 100% sure of that. I don't remember. But it was a fun first issue. I look forward to the second. Oh, and here's an issue of this I haven't seen in a while. Love Everlasting, Part 1, Just West of Love, issue number 11, Part 1. I've been enjoying this series a lot. I think it was it must have been the last story arc, in the first 5 issues. This is about a woman caught in a romance comic. So in the first 5 issues, and I love Elsa Charatier's artwork on this. Love the artwork. She's a really good storyteller. First 5 issues, there were sometimes 3 different stories an issue as she jumped from romance comic to romance comic. Then the last 5 issue story arc, she lived her entire life in one romance comic story, except to her it was always 1963. I guess that's when the romance comic came out. She lived her whole life. I think she was a young woman in this. However old she is there, 25. So she lived till she was like 75, all in 1963. And she was the only one who could notice that the year never changed. To everybody else, things would, 10 years ago was 1953. They all knew, the kids were born in 1953 or whatever, but for her it was always 1963. So that was interesting. I'm not sure where they're going with it next. And I think there was something with a cowboy who was haunting her through all these stories or something. So we'll have to see where the story takes off from here. But I really, really love the what did I just say her name was? Elsa Charatier artwork. Oh, Tom King is the writer. So good stuff. And then we've got the last one I got this week is one I already got. This is Sabrina, the Teenage Witch Holiday Special. When I bought I think I got this 2 or 3 weeks ago. I really had a hard time choosing between the other cover and this one. I liked them both a lot. Who's this one by? Lara Braga. So they still had a copy of this one here. I only had 4 books on my pull list. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get that other one just for its cover. Just because I really like... I also really like the interior artwork in the first story by... Veronica Fish, who I think did the other cover. Where is the other cover? I think it's in here somewhere. Or not. There's the other cover. So now I have both of these. I rarely buy, 2 covers on a book, but for this one I decided to, just because, was it $4? What the heck, I'll get that. I also got a freebie this week. The Marvel 2024 character. Don't know what I'm going to do with this, but it was a freebie. Just got comic book covers in it, sort of thing. And off of eBay, I got Ginseng Roots number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. Not number 7, number 8. No number 7 in this. And the whole lot cost me, with shipping and tax, $28. So $4 an issue is pretty good. Like the first 2 were $5 an issue, and the next 4 were $6 an issue. So good price I got on it. I discovered this with issue 10. So I have issue 10, 11, and 12. And then I was like, oh man, I know they're going to collect it in a trade. They're going to collect it in a hardcover for $30. And I was like, you could order these all off the website, the Uncivilized Books website, for like $6 a piece plus shipping. And I was like, do I really want to spend, what did I need, 9 times 6? I don't even know my time. It's $54. I don't remember my times tables. And plus shipping? Do I really want to spend $60 on something that like the actual book isn't going to be coming out for a couple of years, and he's going to revise the book, so there's going to be stuff in there. So I'm like, you know what? I just like Christmas time. I was like, let me look for those. So I got these, and I actually went on the Uncivilized Book website just after I got these today, and got the 2 issues I was missing, 9 and 7. And 7 I got, they have a damaged section where something's dinged up. So 7 was only $2, and 9 was $6. I figured Ginseng Roots number 2 is not going to be worth anything anyway, so it's got a ding in it. That's fine. So I'll have all of them eventually when they get here. And I paid $8 plus $5 shipping for those. So there's another $13. Not bad. All told, it ended up costing me about $4.25 an issue, which I'll take. I would have bought them. Would have paid $6. I paid $6 an issue for the 3 I got. So I'm glad to have them all without spending an arm and a leg. Let me show you my piece before. This is one. Dreams of Things 219. And usually I use certain color schemes where I move things forward and backwards depending on the color. With this one, I was like, I'm just using all bright colors. So that's why this one is a little psychedelic and a little, it's a couple of dark colors in there, but not many. It's mostly full strength, brightness colors kind of going on in this one. So it's a little psychedelicness, little pop art posterishness going on in this one. I kind of like the way it came out because it's a completely different color style than I normally use. So I had a lot of fun with it. I think that had something to do with my sinuses too. Like the one last week had a weird color style because I made it when my sinuses were still clogged, and this one was when my sinuses were just about cleared up. But I was like, I want to do something. I need my color different. So I did something different with the color in that one. Like I said, I like the way it came out. So some nice bright colors. All right. Some comic books for you, some art, and you guys have a good week out there.